choking me and he hit me, man. Just chill, we'll figure it out. Alright, I'm standing up, you ready?
Okay. Grab his stuff right here. Alright, shut the door on him.
I was drinking earlier today, but that was before I went to work.
What kind of gun is it?
It's a Glock 19, Gen 3, it's all legal. I have all the paperwork in my wallet for it.
Okay. What's your name? Austin Green.
In today's case of unexpected lies and betrayal, Austin Jordan and Riley Young's arrest for assaulting their best friend Michael Tripp was merely the beginning of this twisted tale. But the real story lay hidden beneath the surface. The relationship between Austin Riley and Michael was more tangled than it seemed to appear. As the case unfolded, each revelation promised to keep everyone on edge, wondering what shocking revelation would come next.
Riley got mad like any other mom would and started chasing him down the street, so I started chasing her down the street. I go to grab her, he hits me, and next thing I know he's on the ground.
Austin's story seemed convincing until Riley stepped in with a completely different perspective, leaving detectives unsure as to what narrative contained the truth.
So he's arguing with me. Austin's walking behind us because I keep walking and he's threatening me while we're walking if I don't stop.
These contradicting confessions had answers that might surprise you, but they also held more. They revealed something that had the potential to turn the whole case upside down.
I texted him for a little while and then I told him probably around 2:15 in the morning that I didn't want to be with him anymore.
These stunning confessions made the mystery darker and more complex, leaving everyone with more questions.
Here's where you need to worry about you and your kids. Michael's dead.
Let's delve into this twisted case of love, friendship, and betrayal to see how the detectives unraveled this intricate puzzle and what hidden secrets were brought to light. In the early morning hours of May 8, 2021, a disturbing incident shattered the peace of the Pleasantville community. Monroe County Sheriff's officers were on patrol when they heard a gunshot. As they reached the location, they discovered a severely injured victim lying bloody on the ground. The officers spotted two suspects nearby, and they were immediately taken into custody. The suspects were identified as Austin Green Jordan and Riley Young. It seemed like something awful had transpired in the quiet hours of that morning, eventually erupting in such chaos. However, what the suspects reveal would push detectives towards a whole new perspective.
So he punches you in the face?
Yes, he hit me first. He broke through my window. He assaulted me.
Okay, so he hits you in the face, and then at this point you said that you had the gun in your hand?
Yes.
And what do you do from there?
Austin's confession stunned the detective, but the shocking discoveries that would soon emerge would be both baffling and crucial in solving this twisted case. Let's dig deeper to uncover what harrowing reality the suspects unveiled as they revealed the truth behind this horrific act.
Started yesterday in the morning, and how I like to, have people do it is, it's easier to remember, like, when you first got up in the morning, what you did, and just go about your day, all right, up until we're here right now.
I woke up, I started cleaning my house. My baby mama came over, dropped the kids off. We talked for a little bit, and then she ended up leaving.
What's her name?
Riley Young.
Riley Young?
Yes, that's my baby mama.
Okay.
My girlfriend for 3 years. She's not just my baby mama.
Okay.
She came over, dropped the kids off to me because she said she wanted to go to sleep because she didn't feel good. So I was like, okay. So she dropped the kids off. I had my mom come pick them up from my house so I could proceed to go to work for the night. My mom came and got them. I got ready for work. I went to work, and everything was kosher. And probably come around 9:30, 10 o'clock, right about the time I was gonna go on break, Riley messaged me and she was like, hey, I want to come over when you come on break so we can talk things out. I want to come home, you know, I want to work this back out. I want my family back together. I was like, okay. I'm going to stop at Taco Bell, get me something to eat because I'm hungry. And that was that. I got off probably about 2:31 is when I clocked out. And from there I took the Dixie Highway exit to 75, took 75 to Netto, went to the Taco Bell on Netto Road, got my food. I actually fell asleep sitting down waiting for my food. I was so tired. And then I went home. I ate my 5-layer, my quesarito, got halfway through my Crunchwrap, and then my front window gets smashed in. And I see Michael standing there yelling at me and Riley, calling Riley all types of names and whatnot.
So, who's Michael?
Michael was my best friend for 5 years.
Okay, so Michael's your best friend for 5 years. And then it's you and Riley. Is there anybody else there with you guys?
As of right now, my buddy Brian, he's there on and off just to help with my dogs and stuff when I'm not there. Because like I said, me and my baby mom, we're going through a rough time in our relationship.
What's Brian's last name? Do you know?
Yeager.
Okay, so it's you, Riley, Brian. Window gets broken out.
Yeah,
and
we're all sitting there. No, it's at my house.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting there on my couch, and he smashes my window out. My first instinct is to grab my gun.
Okay.
I grabbed my gun, I walked outside, and I begged him to leave. I told him I did not want to fight him. I told him I wasn't going to do this at my house because this is where my kids stay. Honest to God, officer, if Riley wouldn't have came over that night, I would have had my kids there in the living room. He would have done that with my kids, and it would have been even worse. And I begged him to leave. She begged him to leave. Ryan begged him to leave, but he would not stop. He just kept going and kept running his mouth and kept popping off at the lid. And then he said something along the lines of, I'm just going to burn the fucking trailer down with you and your kids in it. And Riley got mad like any other mom would and started chasing him down the street. So I started chasing her down the street. I go to grab her. He hits her. He hits me. And next thing I know, he's on the ground. I get death as much as I hate him. I love him to death. I did not mean to do it. I just wanted him to stop. He wouldn't stop. I was just trying to go home and go to bed so I could get my kids. He just kept going. He kept screaming. He just wouldn't stop, man. He was like an animal just got caged, and he was just going for everybody's head. It's like something inside of him switched, because when it first happened, he wouldn't fight me. He wouldn't get out the car. He wouldn't say a word to me. And then he comes over last night acting like, honestly, like he was on some type of fucking drugs or something. I've known him for 5 years and I've never seen him act like that. And he just kept going and kept going and kept going. Now I'm here.
So you said that the window got broke. And you said the first thing you did was grab your gun.
Yes.
Okay. What type of gun was it?
It's a Glock 19 Gen 3.
Okay.
30 round clip. It's legal. It's all in my name.
Okay. Where was that at inside the trailer?
It was sitting on my little TV table right next to my couch.
Okay. So it's sitting on a table or on your couch, near your couch. Okay. Hear that? You grab the gun. You go to the door. What are Riley and Brian doing at this time?
At this time, they're still stuck trying to figure out what happened because he's just standing there yelling.
Okay, so basically, I saw the trailer. So he's like yelling in through the open window.
Yes.
And so then you go to the door.
I go to the door and I try to get him to leave because, like I said, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I have neighbors who have kids too, man. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to fight him. I didn't.
So you're standing in the doorway in your house?
Yes.
Okay, like just shouting through the screen.
Yes.
And where's he at?
He was down by the foot of my porch.
Okay, so he's down on the concrete, all right, and you two are shouting back and forth.
Yes, he got into my face multiple times, and I begged him to please go.
So you're telling him you need to leave.
Yes.
You need to leave. Now, is the gun in your hand? Is it in your waistband?
The gun was up in my hand. I don't have my CPL, so I don't hide it. Everybody knows that.
Okay. Did he know that you had a gun?
Yes.
What did he say about that?
He told me to shoot him. He told me put a bullet in his head. I told him I didn't want to do that. I told him I didn't want to, multiple times.
Okay. And so then, when he's outside, let me take you back a little bit. So you said you and Michael have been friends for 5 years. You're best friends.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, does Michael own any guns?
No.
No? Okay. Does Brian own any guns?
No.
Riley?
No.
But you have 3.
Yes.
Okay, you got the Ruger.
Yes, I have a Ruger, a Varigade BMR9, which is a AR-15 type style pistol rifle, and then I have my Glock 19.
Okay. So Michael shows up. He is jawing with you, telling you to put a bullet in his head. Why all this anger? I mean, if you guys were friends.
He, okay, well, it wasn't even him. My baby mama has a problem with drugs and a past with drugs, and she ended up relapsing and going and sleeping with him, and
Like, you say sleep, like having sex?
yeah.
Okay.
And you know, as any guy would be, I was heated. I was beyond pissed, but I didn't take it anything further than that because I have my kids, and I know that if I were to fuck up, they wouldn't have me, and I am the only stability that they have in their life.
So Riley relapsed. What drugs does she use?
I can't tell you exactly because I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't around when she did it. It's honestly, it's just kind of hearsay, I guess, and that's but she came home and she was supposed to be over at her mom's, who only lives like 2 streets down from me, and I guess Michael either walked or had someone bring him. He showed up to her mom's house and didn't answer.
When was this?
It had to have been last night before he showed up at my house.
Okay.
Because there was no other place that she would have gone. And he only lives in Frenchtown Villa, so I guarantee you he either walked there or got a ride there. But I don't know exactly how he got there. All I know is that I begged him to stop and I begged him to leave. I told him I didn't want to fight him. I told him I didn't want any problems. I told him I just wanted him to go away and drop the situation because it wasn't worth any of this.
So Austin, so you said you don't have a CPL?
No, sir.
Okay.
I do have my licenses for all my pistols, though.
Okay. How long have you had those?
About 2.5 months.
2.5 months. You shot them frequently?
Yeah, I take them up to towers out in Toledo, work on my aim out there.
Okay.
I'm not like one of these kids out here just flashing all their guns and shit like that. I got it for protection because all the shootings that happened in downtown Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
I know how people in this town are. I've lived in this town my entire life, and it seems like everybody's just getting stupider and stupider.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it for my own personal protection for my family, because I'm not gonna go out I'm not just gonna go out like a bitch. And I'm sorry, I'm not. But I'm not gonna let my family's life be in jeopardy because somebody else has a gun and I don't, you know? I wasn't pointing the gun in his face. I wasn't waving it at him, making it known that I had it. I walked outside with it and I asked him to leave, and that was it. And he kept going and he kept going and he kept going. I wasn't sitting here saying, oh, I'm gonna fucking shoot you and da 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 da. I wasn't. I was asking him to leave my premises. I was asking him to drop the situation and leave, and he would not.
But at some point, he does leave.
Yes.
So
he walked off, and then Riley chased after him.
Why is she chasing after him?
Because he said he was going to burn down the trailer with my kids in it.
Okay. Did you call 911?
Right after I did, yeah.
Okay.
Right after. That was my first reaction, dude. I pulled the trigger, and I grabbed my phone, and I called 911, and nobody answered. So I called my mom, and I told her that I'm sorry, and then the bigger cop who was across the street was the first one there. I put my Glock on my porch, and I walked to him with my hands up, and I got down on the ground, and I complied as I could. Because I'm not trying to go to jail, but I'm trying to go home to my kids. I really am.
So, Kayla, her name's slipping me.
Riley.
I'm sorry. Thank you. So Riley ends up chasing after him. Does she have anything? I mean, did she have a gun?
No. I don't let anybody touch my stuff.
Okay.
Like, I am so anal about my guns because anything can happen. Guns are not toys. Accidents can happen. Guns can go off. My Glock doesn't have the safety, and I have kids. So like, I take care of my stuff. I keep it put up. I keep it safe where it needs to be. When I'm not using it, it's put up, and it's put up.
Well, they don't accidentally go off. There has to, be some sort of, manipulation of the firearm to make it go off.
I just know that accidents do happen, so I try my best to prevent that from happening by keeping them put up
and not pointing them at anybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because you don't want an accident to happen.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And that's the number one rule of gun safety, always keep the gun pointed in a safe direction.
If you see the inside of my house, man, it looks like I own a daycare. I'm not a killer. I'm not violent, man. I'm a family man. I got 2 babies that I want to watch grow up.
So, Riley's chasing after him down the street, and you go after Riley. Is there some sort of interaction down there? What transpires?
All I know is that I went to go grab her, and then he started swinging. That's all I know.
Okay. Was she trying to assault him?
I don't know. Riley has a temper and likes to do that type of stuff. That's why I went down there to grab her to stop that from happening. And as soon as my hands touched her, he started swinging.
Okay.
There wasn't any hesitation. There wasn't any second guess. As soon as I grabbed her, he hit her and then he hit me.
Okay. So he hit you, but I mean, are you guys standing close?
Yeah, like we were probably about this far away from each other. I went to go grab Riley. I turned my head. She says, ow, and then the next thing I know, I can't feel my face, dude.
Okay.
Like, he literally socked me as hard as he could in the face. I was seeing stars, officer.
So he punches you in the face?
Yes, he hit me first. He broke through my window. He assaulted me.
Okay, so he hits you in the face, and then at this point you said that you had the gun in your hand?
Yes.
And what do you do from there?
Austin's revelation helps the detectives fill in some gaps, but is this the entire truth? Is he weaving a deceptive tale for the detective, or is there genuine remorse behind his actions? Now, let's take a look at the secrets Riley is about to unveil.
It's me, Austin, Brian, and my dog. So I was sitting on the love seat with Austin, and he was eating Taco Bell. I was talking to him. Brian was sitting on the big couch, and all of a sudden I hear his crash. All of my front window got busted, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Michael said that?
Yeah.
So you hear a crash?
Yeah, I hear the window get broken, and we all jump because who's breaking windows at 2:30 in the morning, and he's standing there, he's yelling and screaming.
What's he saying?
"You're gonna come and talk to me, or I'm gonna catch this house on fire." And Austin walked outside, and he's always got his gun on his hip.
I want to catch up here. So you hear the window crash?
Yes.
And he says, "What the f*** are you doing here?"
Yes.
And then
I just ignored him. I'm not good with drama or yelling so I just ignored him.
And then he kept saying,
And he kept, I don't know exactly what he was saying, but he kept going and going and going. I know a few times I heard him look straight at Austin and say, "Kill me, motherfucker, kill me right now."
and this is while he's still outside and you guys are
still outside, and Austin and Brian are at the doorway of the house now. Because they got up when they first heard the glass, they stand up.
So what else is he screaming? If you remember any specific things, and you said he was saying a lot.
Put your gun down and let me beat your ass, Austin. I'm taking your girlfriend back. Well, I about had a panic attack. I walked in between Austin and Brian. I walked outside because I was getting claustrophobic, and my dog was jumping, and he was like in the open window staring at me, yelling at me. So
did he throw something through the window? Did he punch it?
That I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
So like, I didn't even have time to really, I didn't even look. I started freaking out. I went outside. I was gonna walk to my mom's. My mom lives 2 streets over from us, and it's an easy 4-minute walk.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna walk to my mom's. I start walking, he's arguing with me. Austin's walking behind us because I keep walking and he's threatening me while we're walking if I don't stop.
So before we get to the walking away, do you guys go outside at one point and talk to him, or do you guys stay inside?
Austin and Brian were like on the porch, kind of with both doors, the screen door open, the big door open. They were like kind of half in and half outside.
And what are they saying? Are they?
They were just telling him to leave. And like, you know, he was like, come on, Austin, if you're really big and bad, just shoot me. He's like, dude, I'm not shooting you, just get off of my property. He goes, if I wanted to shoot you, I would have shot you when you busted out my window. Just leave us alone.
Okay.
So that's about the time that I left, that I wanted to go. I was freaking the out. And I just wanted to go to my mom's and calm down and just not deal with any of the guys. So I go to walk and Michael follows me.
So when he busts out, when he's saying, put your gun down and fight me.
Put your gun down and fight me. Just shoot me, kill me, put a bullet in me already. I've been waiting my whole life to die. Just repeatedly.
And that's when Austin says, if I wanted to shoot you, I'd just
I would
shot
have
you
done it when you
my
first
window.
busted out my window. So that's when I was like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Just go to your mom. So as I'm walking, he saw me, he's trying to grab at my hoodie, I'm trying to pull away from him. Well, once we get to the entrance, he grabbed at my hoodie and I turned around and I screamed, let me the f go. And then he's going on about, if you don't get back with me, I'm gonna burn your kids' house down, which is mine and Austin's house.
So you walk, you say you're going to walk back to mom's and he follows you.
Yes, and
towards
Austin follows him because he's following me. He grabbed onto my hoodie and I was like, let the f go with me. And I got loud.
Did he only grab your hoodie once?
He grabbed my hoodie twice, like once while I was walking, and I just like jerked away from him and kept walking, and then he did it again. So I turned around and screamed at him, like he went to swing.
Where at?
It was right up at the entrance area.
At the entrance, that's when he grabbed onto you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like right over a car. We actually like kind of almost fell over that car. That was,
okay.
I don't even know what kind of car it was or what color it was, but I know there was a car.
Yeah.
We kind of almost fell over the car, and he went to swing on me, and I moved, and he like nearly just, his hand kind of just like grazed my neck.
So what you yelled? What'd you yell?
I yelled, get the fuck off of me. And when he swung on me, Austin grabbed him and he hit Austin.
Did you get hit?
I kinda not really. His hand just kinda like went like this. It didn't hurt me. But it sure enough did scare me because he swung on me and his hand did like, it hit, just not as hard as he wanted it to.
He grazed you.
Yeah.
Swung and missed, or
Swung and
grazed
almost, yeah.
Was it your cheek? Was it your shoulder? Was it somewhere else in your body?
My cheek, and the way I was moving, because I was like trying to get away from it, was like my cheek and part of my arm, shoulder area.
Okay.
So Austin grabbed him when he saw him hit me, and he hit Austin in the mouth. When he hit Austin in the mouth, I turned my head away.
So Austin grabbed him.
Austin grabbed him off of me, and then he hit Austin in the face. And then I turned my head, and then I just kind of heard the gunshot, and I ran back to his house and told Brian to call 911 while screaming.
The suspects' confessions make it evident that Michael was the one who attacked both suspects, forcing Austin to shoot him in self-defense. But what had happened that led to such a drastic outcome? Austin's confession promises to leave everyone disturbed and speechless.
Well, I understand that. I've heard that Riley and him had a sexual relationship recently, and that kind of put a rift between you and him and you and Riley.
Yes, but I wasn't taking it any farther than that.
Okay.
I was worried about my
I mean,
kids.
and you know, I'm trying to get like the whole story here, Austin, and I hope you understand that.
I do. I'm trying to be
and
as
so,
good as I can.
you know, I know, you know, a lot of people your age are on social media and stuff like that. Did he make any threats beforehand that, you know, I'm gonna beat your ass, I'm gonna show up at your house, no? Anything like that? When was the last time you communicated with him prior to?
The day everything happened, I told him that since he didn't want to fight me, all of his new girlfriend was outside my house. He could come pick it up, and he could never speak to me again. And that was the last thing I said to him. And so
When was that?
That was about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. You said he didn't want to fight you.
No, he was sitting in Riley's car. He wouldn't get out of her car. He wouldn't do anything. He just sat there.
Which car is Riley's?
The Mustang.
Mustang? And then the Honda's yours?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the Honda's yours, Mustang's Riley's. So he's sitting in Riley's car. And I mean, this is right after the fact that you...
That I found out she
Oh,
was
yeah.
sleeping with him, yes.
Okay, so I mean, at that point, 2 weeks ago, you basically call him out and say, hey, let's
Yeah.
do this.
If you're man enough to screw somebody, you call you screw somebody's girlfriend, you call your brother. You should be man enough to throw the ones. I've been raised like that my entire life, man.
And that was the last time you saw him?
That was the last time I saw him. That was the last
There was
time
no
I
communication between...
No, sir.
What about between him and Riley?
They talked all the time. From what I know, they were together. But as of last night, she told me she was done with him. She told me she blocked him on everything. And
What's everything? I mean, there's so many social media platforms out there.
either Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, I don't know, man. She has so many things on her phone.
And you didn't communicate with him
No, sir.
via text message, phone calls?
No, sir.
Anything along those lines?
No, sir. I cut ties because my family was more important. I wasn't going to sit here and work myself up over it.
2 weeks ago, I mean, roundabout, when was that? I mean, you said it was it in the evening time? Did the police get called or anything like that? I mean, for a disturbance or?
No, the police didn't get called. Me and Riley fight a lot. We've both been through a lot of stuff in our lives. We're both really hard-headed. So, like, when we butt heads, but we've always come back together harder and stronger than we did before. So, my neighbors don't really call the cops, and then her mom was there, and my kids were there, and my mom was there. There was a lot of people there just trying to de-escalate the situation because everything was crazy. She was trying to get her shit. I was throwing her shit. It was all wild.
Was she not trying to de-escalate the situation?
No, I was just trying to get her to go home. But you know how a mom gets when somebody threatens their kids, they're gonna do what they can to protect them. I was just trying to grab her away, and then I touched her, and next thing I know, I'm seeing stars.
Alright, so he punches you, step back a few steps, raises the gun and shoot him. And then you call 911
Yes, sir.
from that cell phone out there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you didn't talk to anybody?
Nobody answered. Like, literally, I called, I waited for it to ring, and then I seen a patrol car coming out of the gas station pulling into my trailer park. So I proceeded to put my gun down, put my arms up, and walk towards the officer and explain to the officer that I am not armed. I am fully in compliance with anything you guys need to say and or do to me. I will not fight you. I'm not trying to get shot, man. I don't want to get shot by a cop because of a misunderstanding. So I did what I thought was right.
Okay.
The tension between Austin and Riley caused a rift between the two best friends. But what about Riley's side of the story? Is she hiding something that no one else knew?
How old's your kid? With Austin. Okay. And how long have you and Austin been together?
3 years.
3 years.
And I kinda, being stupid, and I broke up with him 2 weeks ago. And I got with Michael.
I just want to get all the relationship figured out, and then we can go into everything that happened. So you guys broke up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Did you know Michael before, or did you
Yeah,
actually meet?
he was Austin's best friend.
Okay. Were you guys talking pre-breakup or was it after breakup that the relationship started? Were you just talking to, hooking up with, dating?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Post a few pictures of us on Facebook, and then I was like,
So talking, or
yeah,
some more
like
than hooking
that.
out, not quite
Yeah.
dating relationship.
Yeah.
I get it.
But see, last night, earlier, I picked my little brother up from Dixie Skateland around 10:30, and I dropped Michael off at home, and I got back, and I went and talked to Austin, and I came back, and I told Michael I didn't want to be with him anymore, and he showed up at my mom's house.
Okay, explain that a little bit more.
My mom lives 2 streets over, and I was watching my little brother for my mom because she wasn't home.
Okay. So you were with Michael earlier though?
Yeah, I was with him all morning. He stayed at my mom's with me the night before last night. I was with him all morning, and then I was like, hey, I need to think about some stuff. I want to drop you off at home. And I'll text you and I'll let you know what's going through my head. But right now, I need to think about my whole entire life. And so, I go and get my little brother from skating. I go and talk to Austin. I get back to my mom's to go check on my brother.
So you dropped him off somewhere?
Yeah, at my mom's.
Well, where you dropped Michael off?
I dropped him off at his grandma's.
Where's that at?
I forgot
Fresh
what.
Villa.
Yeah. He showed up at my house. I was like, dude, I told you I really didn't want you here. Do you want to go on a car ride? I don't want you freaking out around my little brother.
What's the time frame?
Between, I think, 11 is when he showed up back at my house. Like 11, and then I probably dropped him off again at 11:30. Because I was like, you just want to go on a car ride so you can calm down? Then I drove back to his grandma's house and looked at him, and I was like, yeah, I just want you to get out of my car.
Okay, so after you dropped your Michael off, you went and picked your brother up?
Yep.
You went back to mom's?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you were at mom's? And that was about 11 in
11.
the morning? Or at night?
At night.
11 at night?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Michael shows back up?
Yeah. So, I was like, you want to get back in the car with me? We'll go on a drive. We'll figure this out.
What's he saying when he shows up there?
Just crying.
Wants to be with you?
Yeah.
Alcohol related, drugs, or
I
just
don't...
in love?
He's in love, I guess. I don't...
Okay.
Riley's words expose how she skillfully manipulated her relationships with the 2 boys, switching sides whenever it suited her, ultimately tearing apart the bond between Austin and Michael.
That goes in my brain. I love it so that quick. But I dropped him off back at his grandma's. I texted him for a little while, and then I told him probably around 2:15 in the morning that I didn't want to be with him anymore. He said, that's it, I'm walking to your house. I said, no, you're not. I'm going to go talk to Austin. I'd rather you not come over. I don't want to deal with that. No one wants to deal with it right now, and I blocked him on everything.
Where'd you text him at? Facebook?
Snapchat.
You
Snapchat, Facebook, text.
Something? Okay.
All I said a little bit to leave me alone on all different apps.
So you text him at 2:15, say...
So if I didn't want to be with him, he was like, well, that's fine, I'm walking to your house, you're going to be with me. And I was like, dude, you're not walking to my house, for one. You're not even going to be there. I'm going to Austin's. I don't want to be with you. Please don't make it any worse than it has to be. And I blocked him and I went to Austin's.
The detective is eager to uncover whether the suspect's statements align or if they are spinning a web of lies. He pushes Riley relentlessly, trying to find out what truly happened.
I think it was on the shelf when he first broke the window and he grabbed it.
Okay. And does he put it on like a holster, or does he just throw it in his pocket, or does he just... in that situation, did he just keep it in his hand?
I think he might have kept it in his hand, but I wasn't paying attention to that. I just wanted to get away from the drama before I had a panic attack.
Yeah. What about when you guys were outside? I mean, you were right there when when Austin grabbed him off you. Where did he have his
Where
gun?
he grabbed me, it was in his hand. When he grabbed Michael off of me, it was in his hand. And he hit him. Michael hit him.
Yeah.
And I turned my head and I heard it, and it was literally like this far away from me. Like, I felt it.
What'd you feel?
Like, would literally feel the air from the gun on me. That's how close I was to it. Me out, and then as soon as Austin shot me, he dropped his gun and he started crying. He was like, "You gotta call 911." So he picked the gun back up, he went and put it on the porch. He went and put it on his porch at the house. And then Brian called 911. I think he called 911. And then me and him both walked. I walked with him from the house down to where the cops were.
Okay.
Because he wanted to make sure that he put his gun like up and on the porch before the cops got there. Because we see a lot of stories.
Do you think you would have been able to get Mike to leave? Calm him down after, I mean, sitting there talking to him, or do you think?
Like, he didn't even say anything before he broke the window. Like, he just smashed the window and started screaming. I don't want to be around anyone like that. I was yelled at by my dad when I was younger all the time, and I cannot handle yelling.
Yeah. How many times did Mike hit Austin?
I think he only hit him once.
Did it connect, or were they hitting each other's faces?
No, it connect. He hit him. Austin's mouth was all bloody.
Okay.
He definitely hit him right in the mouth. I watched that. But as soon as he hit him, I was like, turn away. I didn't want to see what happened.
Have they fought before? Is Austin a fighter? Mike a fighter? Or Michael?
Yeah.
Why'd Austin bring the gun out in hand like that?
I don't know. I think because he was threatening them. He was threatening to burn the house down. Threatening to kill Austin.
And I'm just curious, because in your, I kind of want your opinion here. Take out the relationships and all of that. Do you think that being shot in this situation was the appropriate action to handle here?
Yeah. Maybe not in the face. But yeah.
Well, why?
Because he hit me.
Okay.
Guys don't hit females. I don't hit guys.
But now was Michael armed? Does he carry a knife normally? A gun on him?
He does carry knives. That actually, he has scared the shit out of me with his knives, and I took one of his knives and threw it away because he was scaring me with it. He carries knives. He used to carry a pair of knuckles.
Okay. But he didn't have any of those?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
But you didn't, there was no clear, I mean...
No, not in this.
I mean, you said he punched him, so there was nothing in his hands, nothing out.
While both suspects present their version of the story, urging the detectives to trust them, they remain unaware that the detectives are sitting on a game changer, a truth that would twist the case in a way no one could predict.
So I watched some of the video. It shows a little bit different picture of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think back. Take a second and think back, because the accounts of what happened are different than what you're telling me. Right now, probably is our one chance to talk about this and get this all figured out. And right now, in your benefit, being honest and cooperative, no matter, it is the only thing in your favor right now is telling me the truth about what happened. Don't even think about Austin, and don't even think about Michael right now. Think about you and your kids right now, and what's best for you and your family. Because there's a lot. And if something was going on with you and Michael before, where you guys are arguing, whatever, does it involve the shooting part? I just need to know what happened up until then, because everything's not completely matching up there.
I wanted to hit him with a bong and I missed.
When?
While we were up at the front, when he grabbed me, I went to between.
Why do you tell me that?
Because I didn't hit him.
So.
I mean, if I would have connected with him, I would have said something, but I didn't hit him. It hit the ground.
So you were taking your bong. What kind of bong? Water bong?
Yeah.
Big, little, that size?
About this big. It was in my hand when I walked out. I'm walking and he's going, and I was mad, and he's yelling, and he said he was going to burn my kids' house down. It was in my hand.
Pissed you off?
I went through it, and I didn't hit him.
Did you throw it or just try to hit with it?
One time I went to hit him, and I stopped myself and put it back down. And we kept walking, and then I went to hit him again, and I put it back down. And like the last time I went to it, I just kind of like tossed it because I'm not violent.
No, I don't think so at all.
I'm not a violent person. I never have been. I don't like violence, but.
So did that happen right when you exited? When you went outside? Or as you guys walked?
As we were walking, he said he was gonna burn his house down, and that hit a whole nother level of madness. You can break the windows and you can tell me anything you want about me. Please don't bring my kids.
Bring your kids into it.
I have a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. They didn't do anything. Don't tell me you're gonna burn the house down with them inside, because that's where I lost it for a few minutes.
Did you just try to hit him?
I
or
went
did you
to, like,
throw? I didn't know,
first-
did it break somewhere? I didn't see it, that's where.
Like, the first time, I went like this, and I was like, and I brought it back down, held it with me.
Yeah.
And he kept yelling and screaming, and I did it again, and I was like, no, you don't like that. Don't do that.
What was he yelling and screaming?
You're coming home with me, you're mine, you're always gonna be my girlfriend. This and this and this, if you're not coming home with me, I'm gonna kill Austin, I'll burn your house down, you'll have no choice but to come back to me. So I went to grab it again, like I went to swing it, and I got like right here by him, and I just dropped it. And I went hit him.
So you just left it somewhere?
I just dropped it, I think it broke.
Okay.
Because I heard it, and then that's when he went to swing on me. And like,
That was towards the entrance?
Yeah.
So one was as you guys were walking, and then a second time?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I never hit him. That, I did make sure I never hit him. I wanted to scare him.
Yeah.
I wanted him to leave. I didn't hit him. I wanted to. I really wanted to. I'm not gonna lie on everything inside of me. I wanted to, and I couldn't. I tried. And I couldn't bring myself to do it because I'm not a mean person.
While Riley claims to be innocent, all signs point to her as the very one who escalated the situation beyond repair.
What were your positions when you got towards the entrance? Where were you guys standing? Where was he? Where were you?
He's like right by this car. I was over here. And then Austin was maybe over here.
Somewhere back behind you?
Yeah. That's all I remember.
I'll be honest with you.
That's what I'm telling you completely 100%. That's all I remember.
Yeah. The video shows you, Michael walking away from the house. You kind of following him, and he's kind of backing up from you as you're swinging the bong at him. Then he takes off running. You take off following him.
Okay.
When you guys get over,
after the video, does it continue when you're
Yes.
doing it? Okay.
you guys get up against the car. You're swinging on him quite a bit.
I don't remember
Not him swinging on you at all.
that. I don't remember that.
Not him grabbing you. Nothing.
See, I do remember him grabbing me though.
Okay.
I do know when I get.
Was that while you're? I mean, because your arms are like laying
Yeah, that's
at him.
right.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
is that when
when
he grabs you?
Yeah, I think so. No, I don't have a good memory. I black out
Yeah.
a
So
lot when.
my concern here is,
I black out.
Yeah.
And
it's totally natural.
don't even care about Austin right now.
Here's where you need to worry about you and your kids. Michael's dead. That's why we need to take a minute and really think about this. That's why right now, like I said, we gotta really take a minute and talk about what happened and focus on getting through this for you. Okay? And right now, like I said, we'll go over this again. I'll give you a second to think about it and process. I know I just told you a lot. Yeah. And that's why I want to know, I really need to know the truth about everything that was said, everything that happened, because this could have been an argument between you and Michael that went too far when Austin came over. That, yeah, if you were, even if you were just punching or hitting him, that I can understand that happened, but the way it looks on the video with what you're telling me is not the same thing, which makes it look like you're lying.
I promise I'm not trying to.
Oh, I know.
I'm trying to think, but I've been so confused all night. I don't even know what 100% happened.
That's why I need to
I'm
here.
completely sober. I'm completely sober. I'm just.
My biggest concern is I don't want this looking like you're covering something up and like this is a murder.
I'm not.
So you need to really take a second, think about what happened, and be completely honest with me, because everything I'm asking you, I already pretty much have the answers to. I just need to hear your accounts of it.
I did swing on him. I don't.
Well, let's start over. Let's start over from the beginning.
Okay.
We'll start fresh.
So,
okay?
I left him around the first time I dropped him off at his house. It was around 10 something. I went and picked up my little brother from Dixie's Gateland at 10:15. I got home at 10:30. I ignored him till 11. At 11, he had his grandma bring him to my house.
Who did?
Michael.
So his grandma dropped him off?
Okay. I told him not to come to my mom's. Yes, grandma dropped him off. He walked in. Shut the door. We stayed there for like 5 minutes. We got in my car. I said I wanted to go for a drive. We drove to his house. And I asked him if he would leave me alone. I wanted to go home by myself. And it took me like 45 minutes to get him out of my car. Once he got out of my car, I left and went home to my mom's. Laid on the couch, took a shower. He got out of the shower at like 2:15. At 2:15, I texted him and told him I didn't want to be with him. He said he was going to walk over.
That's when he texted you?
Yeah, can you like on the Snapchat, you know how the messages delete? Can you get those even after they've been deleted?
How do you have them set up?
It was just like in the chat.
Do you have 24 hours saved in the chat, or?
I'm not 100% sure. I think he might have saved them.
Okay. I'll get all that information from you too. We'll get all those account
I just
names.
got all of what he said too.
Yeah.
But that he was.
Yeah, I'll see if I'm able to get that.
He kept telling me to call him. I said, no, I don't want to call you. I don't want to cry right now. He said, I'm coming over. I said, no, you're not. Don't make things worse. And I blocked him.
But he was texting you, asking all that?
Yeah. So I blocked him on Snapchat, Facebook, Messenger, phone number. I don't think I blocked him on Instagram. And I went to Austin's around 2:30. I got there at 2:30. Brian was already there. Me and Brian hung out until Austin got there, maybe around 2:40.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not good with like internal clock.
That's fine.
But after that's when he came and broke the window.
Did he come right? Did he know you were at Austin's? I think earlier you said you told him I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be at Austin's.
Yeah, but I think he saw my car.
Okay.
So I knew my car was there. He came up and broke the window.
You think that was at what time?
It had to be after 3.
Okay.
At least like at 3 or after 3.
Okay.
Riley's claim of being bad with time is impossible to believe, especially since she has recounted the entire event in detail. Her attempt to twist the truth is a clear sign that she's trying to mislead the detectives with her lies.
I understand. So he shows up. Is he yelling first, or does that window break first?
All we hear is the window break, and then he's yelling, "What are you doing here? Come talk to me. We'll burn this house down. You better come outside." So all of it is yelling. Last number I walked to the door. I think the mom with me already on the couch. He keeps screaming and yelling, then he's screaming and yelling at Austin, telling Austin to shoot him. Told Austin to shoot him, to kill him. Then a few times he said, "Put the gun down and just fight me. Come get these ones."
What does that mean? Come get these ones?
Come get these ones.
Oh, fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yelling that. He came back to the window and started yelling at me some more, and that's when I walked outside. I think when I walked outside is when he started walking away. And in that time I was just going to my mom's. I may have not have loved him as a boyfriend. I sure as hell did love him as my best friend. I didn't hit him with it.
So now that we...
I remember letting it go because it almost hit him. I was scared. So I let it go and I dropped and it broke. And I think after that, after I did that, my hand kept going after I dropped it. And I think I hit him then on accident. I'm not 100% sure because everything was all foggy. And it felt like he hit me, so I hit him. I tried to hit him. I don't hit that hard.
Okay.
I tried, and then I felt that now I felt him hit me again. Turned back and I saw him hit Austin's face, and I just turned around again. I heard the gunshot and I screamed. Like as soon as I heard, I screamed. I screamed for like 10 minutes. I just screamed. Ran back to the house screaming. I told Brian to call 911. At first I started my car and then I was like, I can't go anywhere. I just watched, I can't go anywhere. Didn't even, my keys probably still in the ignition of my car. Just put it backwards. Got out of my car. Said, "Austin, put your gun down on the porch and I'll walk down there with you." He's crying the whole time. Trying to stop paying attention to it. I didn't want to hear it because it was making me worse. I couldn't breathe.
I mean, you were not afraid of him enough to where you didn't talk at all? Not that arguing back and forth?
No.
They haven't threatened to fight each other?
No.
At all? I mean...
They blocked each other.
Was there anything pre the block? Because, I mean, I'm going to put you in my shoes. If my girlfriend that I've got 2 kids with breaks up with me for my best friend, something's going to be said between me and my best friend.
They didn't get in a fight. I didn't let them even get close enough to talk because I knew they would have fought. So I never let them get close enough after I left.
How bad did Austin want to fight him?
He didn't really want to fight him. He just wanted to know why.
You think it would have ended in a fight? Is that what you're saying?
Michael wanted to fight him.
Why?
Because Austin cheated on me.
Okay. More protective of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like Michael cares a lot about you.
Yeah.
So he's never in a situation, like you said, you were dating for 2 weeks. Any facts that might help me just paint the picture of what really happened here? Anything you can think of. Like I said, I just want you to be honest with me right now. You really got to look out for yourself, your kids, and the truth only is going to help Michael, and then it's only going to help Austin right now.
Let's see. I don't think there's anything else.
Okay.
Despite Riley's unwavering statement, the detective cannot believe her. Simultaneously, the other detective who's questioning Austin approaches him from the same angle, hoping to get the truth. But Austin's statement only brings disappointment.
You know, I'm watching this video surveillance and the things that you're telling me, a lot of it adds up, right? But there are a few things that aren't. Michael was leaving.
I didn't know he was leaving.
Michael was walking away
He was
from.
walking in the direction of Riley's mom's house where her little brother was.
So he's walking away, and passes that area, and Riley chases him down. Okay? Right, so Riley's chasing him down, and she starts swinging on him something fierce. And she's going to town. All right? And at this point, I see you coming up. Okay? You got the gun in your hand. All right? But he's backed up against the car. He can't go anywhere.
He was in the middle of the street, officer.
At that point, or at a little bit later point. But he's backing up. All right? And then, all right, you know, she breaks away a little bit. And you come toe to toe with him. And you guys are in the middle of the street, not by the car, in the middle of the street. You guys are toe to toe. Almost like chest bumping.
I wasn't
Squawking at each other.
Yeah, we were yelling at each other, but I wasn't getting in his face. I was trying to get Riley to leave him alone and go home, man.
Right. And I'm going off of,
I know.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm interpreting, and like I said, you know, a lot of the stuff you're telling me adds up, but when I see stuff like that, I have to interpret it a different way. And so, I mean, you guys come toe to toe and you're squawking at each other. All right? And he takes a pop at you, and then you raise the gun up. Boom. Right in the head, right in the face. It rose to a level of you where you introduced a firearm to, you know, a basic fight.
I know.
Did you want to scare him?
That was my main thing. Yeah, I just wanted him to go. I wanted him to stop. I wanted Riley to stop. I don't have my guns to hurt people. I got them to protect and keep it away from my family. That's it. I'm not a killer, dude. I'm not. I'm a family man. I got 2 kids.
The suspects insist that their actions were purely in self-defense, but the detectives are certain that both suspects are doing their best to hide the whole truth. After attaining the warrant to search Austin's phone, the detectives are led to a shocking discovery, one that brings the case to a dramatic and unexpected conclusion. Just days before this horrific incident, several videos were captured on Austin's phone that revealed his intense anger towards Michael for getting involved with his partner. In addition to this, the surveillance footage revealed both Austin and Riley as the attackers, with Austin shooting Michael in an instant, and then showing no signs of panic afterwards, as Riley conveyed during the interrogation. Their web of lies, woven to evade the consequences of their actions, collapsed in front of them, leaving no option for them but to spend a lifetime in prison. Austin Green Jordan, 23, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder charges in the death of 26-year-old Michael Tripp in the Monroe County Circuit Court in February 2023. He was sentenced to a minimum of 30 years in prison. However, Riley Young, 20, pleaded no contest in February 2023 to 1 count of felonious assault and was sentenced to a year in Monroe County Jail and 3 years on probation. This case raises a vital question of how an insignificant decision altered their lives beyond imagination. The outcome might have been different if only Austin had tried to calm things down instead of pulling the trigger. What are your thoughts on this case? We would love to know them. Let us know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for such fascinating videos.